Welcome back to the Vet SOS show, brought to you by the Who You Know Network. Remember, don't drown in the sea of transition. Grab the Vet SOS Lifeline. I am so excited about today, Mark. We got part 2 coming up with Jennifer, and the information that she wants to share with us is going to blow some people's minds. I hope you are streaming this, pairing your channels, running this through everything. If you don't know how to pair your channels with our Restream system, please let us know. You're going to want to push this out as original content on your own channel because it's amazing stuff. I'm here as always with Mark. Mark, how you doing today?
Good. Thanks for joining, viewer audience, and Jen, thanks for joining as well.
Thanks for having me.
Get your notepads out. Get your,
part 2.
Whatever you're going to be taking notes with, because you do not want to miss what Jen and her organization is doing. So thank you for joining.
Thank you. Prepare to copy. Cedars-Sinai has some great opportunities for you.
Absolutely, Jen. We're so happy to have you back. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right into it. All right?
Let's go. I love that because I wish I had that help, right? Like if I was saying something wrong in an interview over and over and over again and nobody told me, I can't change that if you don't bring it to my attention. But if you take the time to spend an hour with me to go over some of these mock interview questions, then I can say, oh, okay, well, I'm rambling here, or, oh, I'm just not even answering the question here, or, oh, maybe I shouldn't shoot myself in the foot with that answer, right? Or like, and the number one thing, we just don't know how to talk about ourselves, veteran or not. We don't know how to talk about ourselves. So we start giving people way too much information, like, oh, these are my hobbies, and this is what I did on the weekend with my husband, and, like, I love to travel. That's great, but that has nothing to do with the job. So don't say that. I think it's important that we teach people how to properly talk about themselves in front of recruiters. That's always the very first question you'll get. And if you stumble on that, it's going to set the tone for the whole entire interview. And then you're going to be so nervous and so embarrassed that you're going to fall flat on your face. And we want to avoid that. So I think it's really important. And I am the only person that gets to prep people for interviews at Cedars. Like that's the whole purpose of me, is to make sure that veterans are successful in the process. So not every candidate gets that experience. So I encourage people to say, oh, hey, you've got an interview set up. Fantastic. Let's set up an hour. When are you available? I'll go through some mock interview questions. And it works. They get the job. So I want to make sure that people understand you've got your resume. That's one component. You've got your LinkedIn page, your networking. Fantastic. Don't forget about the interview, because you've got to prep for that. And I'm here to help you with that.
That's man, 100% true. I mean,
yeah, like I'm just like my gears are turning and my head's exploding, because like everything you're saying is just absolutely spot on. And you know what? Cedars-Sinai, man, I'm so coming from a healthcare background, I'm familiar and have heard of Cedars-Sinai, but I had no idea. Like, so guys, viewer audience, this speaks volumes about that organization, that they would have somebody in place like Jennifer to do this. Yep. That is never seen. Very rarely. Right. And like you said, they have to, my job, that's me, to prep you for that, to be successful. What? That is unprecedented. Again, my head's exploding.
So it's important to our leadership. This position was created by our chief HR officer, Andy Ortiz. Okay. He's got, I want to say his father was a veteran. And it's important to him, to make sure that we're seeing success in this demographic of candidate. When it comes from the top, that's when this is the company, right? This is where you want to be, because it's ingrained in the leadership that we are making sure that our veterans have gainful employment and equal opportunities, and we're appreciating them. Way back in Vietnam, people were not welcome home, right? They were not valued, and they struggled, and the company saw that, right? And they said, we're going to change that. We're going to be the number one healthcare company, number one in California, number two in the nation, but we're also going to be the number one company that makes sure that veterans have an amazing opportunity to work for this cream of the crop organization. So I I owe
Boom.
I owe my success here to Steve Bettini, who was my predecessor, who I worked with when I worked at Cedars-Sinai. He was one of my employer partners. And this guy said, "Hey, I'm retiring. Like, this is an amazing opportunity for you." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, thank you. Like, thank you for seeing value in me. Thank you for recognizing my passion." And here I am today. So I'm forever grateful to him, but more so to the fact that the senior HR person in our organization understands and has such a passion for that too. And it trickles throughout the entire organization. We employ over 300 veterans on our staff now, and at all different levels, right? Doctors, nurses, executives, all the way down to, associate level and patient facing positions. So we see the value, and I'm here to help you showcase that and translate that. I'm your advocate. I'm your liaison. I will go to bat for you. I will make sure that if the position doesn't work out in the first time you try, we'll find somewhere else for you. We've got tons of opportunity and the growth, the potential to grow.
That's what I was going to ask, like what they were doing. Like, so they've got the front end, right? Support for veterans. Once they're onboarded, like what's the back end support?
Yeah. So I love this because everybody loves swag. And that's the new thing, is give them swag. So we have a challenge coin that goes to every new veteran that joins our organization. They get a lanyard that says military veteran on their lanyard for their badge. They get their branch flag so that they could put that at their desk space and, hey, I'm a veteran, I'm a Marine, I'm Navy, I'm Coast Guard, whatever. They get to show that at their desk. And then they get a coffee cup that says Cedars-Sinai veteran, and it has their branch on it as well. So everybody that comes on board gets that. They get a welcome email from me. And then I get some information from them. I get to know you. And then I also invite you to join our veteran employee resource group. We just launched Vet Connect this year. And in June, we had our big kickoff. Nicole Mitchell, who's our Chief Diversity Officer, made sure that this was the very first employee resource group that launched at Cedars-Sinai, was for our veterans. So we did that. And, I'm here to support you throughout. So if you're a veteran that's been on staff for maybe 5-6 years and now you're ready for the next step in your career, I will then go back to the drawing board with you. Let's update your resume. Let's get you applying. And then I'm going to say, hey, we have an internal candidate. They're looking to grow. They've done, these are their accomplishments. Can we please consider them for this next level in their career? And I coach them throughout that process. We also make sure that they're getting involved with volunteer services. We have a whole volunteer services department. And for Giving Tuesday this year, after Thanksgiving, we're going to be volunteering on the West LA VA campus for New Directions for Veterans. We're going to be building move-in kits. They just opened up their new homeless female shelter, and they need some move-in supplies. So volunteer services and I are partnering together, and we're trying to get our veterans involved in the social aspect of what Cedars-Sinai does. We give back tons of money to the community that we serve. I think we gave back something like $36.5 million, in support. So the organization does so much to give back. And now we're trying to focus some of those efforts on veterans, and how can we give back to our veterans? So, I try to get them excited. Well, I don't have to try. It's easy. I get them excited about it, and hey, show up. We do a huge Veterans Day luncheon. We're actually getting ready for our big Veterans Day luncheon. I'm not sure if any of you know who Jim Zenner is. He is now the new director of Military Veterans Affairs at Bob Hope Patriotic Hall in LA. And he also, prior to his new role, launched the Veteran Peer Access Network, which is revolutionizing care for veterans in LA County. Because we do have the biggest veteran population, here in LA, we see a lot of veterans that need case management. We see a lot of veterans that need employment, that need housing and HUD-VASH vouchers. And the Veteran Peer Access Network helps bring all these nonprofit organizations together and connect veterans to the services that they need. So he launched that. He was the program manager for it, did an amazing job, and he'll be our big speaker for our Veterans Day luncheon.
Nice.
So
Amazing.
yeah, we do certificates of recognition for them. We cater an amazing lunch for them. And we just get them excited to self-identify, to be proud of their service, and know that they're now continuing to serve in healthcare. So
I don't know if you
it's
saw it though,
rewarding.
Jennifer. I think Mark's over there contemplating a career change to go to Cedars-Sinai.
Do it. Come,
He was
I'll
thinking
help
about
Yeah,
it,
you.
I think.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys need any medical administration help? That was what I did in the service. So.
Yeah, no, seriously. So
Amazing culture.
yeah.
That is.
I cannot believe. Yeah, I have no head left because it's just exploded off. It just completely popped off.
Jennifer,
Yeah.
you've done something that I don't think happens to me very often. Mark, I don't know about you, but both of us have kind of been like speechless, like trying to formulate a sentence. Just amazing stuff.
I cannot believe my ears that this organization is doing this. This is unprecedented to me, Sean. I don't know about you. I mean, you're in the thick of it right now. I don't know if you've run into organizations that are doing this. Jennifer, if you've got awareness about other good organizations, like you mentioned, Amazon, they're doing some initiatives, but to the level that you guys are doing, oh my goodness!
Every organization, at least I hope every organization across the country is doing something for veterans. But when you're in a position in healthcare, it's tied back to your mission and your values, right? It's Cedars-Sinai mission is to be a blessing, and that's not just to not just to the patient, right? It's to the community, it's to our veterans, it's to our military spouses, it's to everybody. And I'm in a position now where I can take the skills that I've learned, in workforce and building culture for Wyndham when I used to work in hospitality. And I get to incorporate all that now in a program administrator role and roll out these visions. I'm working on also, not just for the employees, but for our patients. We're launching something called the Veteran Companion Program, similar to No One Dies Alone. We had, a veteran in our care that was at his end of life, and it really affected the nurses that he had no family around. So we wanted to make sure that we jumped into action, and volunteer services, which is an amazing department. We're always looking for volunteers, but volunteer services and nursing reached out to me and said, hey, this is your wheelhouse. How can we help? And I was like, absolutely. Let's launch a program. And we can engage our Vet Connect group. We can engage every single veteran employee to say, hey, 5 minutes, 10 minutes in your day, sit with a patient, right? Maybe they just got a tough diagnosis and they just need a veteran to just talk to, or maybe they're in hospice care, and this is a great way to honor that veteran and their end of life. And so this is a program that we're going to start putting some training together on. We're going to launch it after Thanksgiving, and it's going to be called the Veteran Companion Program. So now we are now showing you that this Cedars-Sinai is not just for the celebrities. It's not just for, your day-to-day Joes that need to come in to urgent care. This is a great place for veterans too. A lot of people, they've not maybe had the best experience at other facilities, but Cedars-Sinai is the best. We're going to give you the best in care. We're going to give you the best patient experience, especially for our veterans. So this is a great way we can keep our staff engaged with our patients, and we don't lose that patient touch. So that's something that we're working on as well. And I love that I get the initiative to do this, the empowerment to do this. I'm in a position where I can make a difference, and I want to take full advantage of that, because again, this is our mission, to be a blessing. And that's what I want to do for our veterans who deserve the best.
Well, man, you are a blessing there. You're a blessing to our audience. Like, this is phenomenal.
We talked about doing bomb drops instead of mic drops, but she just dropped the mic.
Oh yeah.
He threw it down and walked off. That was, enough said.
But it's a total team effort. It's our employees. It's the people that we hire. When you hire veterans that have that same value that's instilled in us, in the military, these programs are not possible without our employees, our veteran employees, our leadership that empowers us to do this and come up with these ideas. I am just so grateful to work here and be with a company that saw that value in me. And it was through networking, right? It was through making those connections and engaging that one person that said, hey, you know what? I'm here to help veterans. So and now you pass it down, right? And when you keep that going, other companies get inspired to do these things. You know, Spectrum has a great hiring initiative. Wells Fargo has a great hiring initiative. That's somebody, if you haven't had Brian Armstrong on here, get Brian Armstrong on here. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, they do the same thing. Patrick Groom, you've got to get like these, we need more people putting it out there. Because I just don't know. Does everybody know that there are these veteran initiatives at these companies that want to hire? But let's get the word out there, because that's basically, I am just a walking, talking ambassador for why Cedars is great. But approach me, come to me, let's talk about it. I'm here to help you. So yeah.
That's absolutely amazing. I wish more people had that mentality. I tell people all the time in the various jobs I've been in, I try to approach it with a customer service mindset, you know, regardless of what my job is. You know, is the customer getting satisfied, you know, whatever that product may be, whether it's intelligence products or whatever. And just the mindset you bring to this and your care for the veterans. Absolutely.
And the passion.
Passion.
Yeah.
Great word.
I just, when you've been there, when you felt overlooked, when you felt undervalued, turn that into a positive, right? Like I could sit there and mope and cry, and I did for like a couple weeks. Ask my husband. He was like, girl, get it together. Like you could do that, or you could turn it into something better, right? And that's what I wanted to do. And we're just people. We're just talking, right? The military was your job, but I know from personal experience, I know what was ingrained in you. We just need everyone else to see that, right? And sometimes it just takes one person to help you get that leg up and help people see the amazing things that you're capable of, the things that you're passionate about. But you need to be expressive, right? You need to express that. People need to know it. But sometimes you just need that one person that's going to make that connection for you. So yeah.
No, that's absolutely amazing. We have come to time. Just absolutely amazing, full of information. Well, appreciate you coming on here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
If you were looking for a place to work, Cedars-Sinai sounds like the place to go. That's just absolutely impressive. Mark, do you got any parting words here?
No, I just want to express our gratitude for you coming on and sharing this.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Very informative. Like, again, I can't believe that you guys are doing what you're doing. And, you know, I know there are, like you said, there's other great companies out there that
so many great companies out there.
But the level that you guys are doing is a clear distinction. So
thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. So, you know, I see on the ticker across the screen, make sure you connect with me. I'm happy to, you know, be a connection for you, help you. Please approach me. You know, jobs.cedars-sinai.edu. You can apply. Let me know that you've applied. We'll talk through it. I'm here to advocate for you. And I might be coming to an area near you. I'm so grateful that, you know, I've been fortunate enough to travel to the different installations. I was just at Fort Stewart in August, and
nobody tells me they're coming.
I stopped at Fort Benning. I stopped at Stewart. I was there at the career fair. I'll be at Joint Base San Antonio in February of next year, and I just really look forward to connecting with the transitioning service members and our stellar military spouses. So thank you so much. Thank you. This is fun.
That is awesome. We so much need more people with that mindset in the veteran transition space. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you for coming on here. To the people in the audience, thank you for tuning in. If you didn't pick something up from these episodes, I don't know if you were listening, because there was so much information. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Looking forward to coming to you next time. Remember, don't drown in the sea of transition. Grab the Vet S.O.S. Lifeline.